What is going on? This is Cody, and you are tuned in to B-Boy 45, broadcasting from the Seacrest Studios here at Children's Hospital, Colorado. And we are so lucky to be joined by another special guest for the latest news to keep you in the groove with Maya. Maya, who do we have on the line today?
Chris Geere.
Chris Geere! Woo! Hello and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I am good. I'm great. What a crazy year it's been, but feels like we're turning around the corner now. So yeah, I'm just very happy to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Excellent. Well, Maya, it's your show, girl. Take it away.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for calling in. I've been so excited to talk to you.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I've been really excited as well. I've been watching your videos last night.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's fantastic, especially the ones with the Million Little Things guests that you've had and the This Is Us guests you've had. It's fantastic. It's so much fun every week for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So my first question for you is, when did you first know that you wanted to be an actor?
I was quite young, actually. I was about 9 or 10, and I was at a school in England, and I was into sports more than anything, and I wasn't into acting at all. And I used to be quite a show-off at school. I used to, do impressions on the playground and mess around quite a lot. And the drama teacher at the school at the time said to me, "Why don't you put that energy to good use and come and audition for the school play?" And I did, and I got the part, and I just loved it. It was brilliant. We were doing a Shakespeare play called A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I got to play Bottom, the donkey. And it was so cool. And I was like, hang on, can you actually do this as a job? So I just did everything in my power to put all my energy into acting, and yeah, fingers crossed it's working out.
Oh, cool. So I know that you starred in the show You're the Worst.
Mm-hmm.
What was the most challenging part about playing such a self-involved character?
The hardest thing actually was just learning all the lines. I mean, I had a lot of big words. I used to look at the script and go, I don't know what that means. So I had to look up all these words I didn't understand, because I'm playing quite an intelligent guy. I'm not saying I'm not intelligent, but there were words I'd never heard of before. So the hardest part was making sense of this language that I personally wouldn't use. So that was great. But I think playing a bit of a baddie is fun. I think most actors would say that. So any opportunity I had to be the opposite of who I am in real life was just fun. So yeah.
Oh, cool. So you most recently were on one of my favorite shows, A Million Little Things.
You're a big fan.
Yes, I am.
One of I think they call them the Millionaires.
Yeah.
There's the fan base. Yeah, it's a fantastic fan base. Everyone was very, very kind to me on social media, which is very much appreciated.
Yeah. So, how did that opportunity come about?
Well, it was right in the middle of COVID last year, and everything's shut down. Everything's locked down. There were no productions going on in Los Angeles. Very few going on in Europe. But Canada seemed to be more in control of the COVID situation in terms of testing and things. And the opportunity came up when DJ Nash called and said, "I've got this part, and we had you in mind when we were writing it, and would you have a little look, and would you come and join us for 5 months in Vancouver?" And I had, because I have a wife and son here, but because my son wasn't at school because of quarantine and stuff, all 3 of us were able to go. So we all went to Vancouver, and we thought, do you know what? Let's just make it an adventure. And we went, and I knew how many episodes I was going to do. And we had to quarantine in Canada for 2 weeks before we were allowed out anywhere. And then I started filming, and it was such a lovely job, wonderful people, and Vancouver is beautiful. So I feel very lucky.
Cool. Yeah. What was the best part of playing Jamie?
I think just being able to play opposite Alison. I mean, we used to joke on set because it was only the two of us most of the time. So I think I had one scene with James Roday, and I had one scene with Floriana. But the rest of the time, it was just Alison and I. And we joked, we kept saying it was like we were doing a play, just the two of us. And, you know, I didn't even get to meet the whole cast because of everything. So that was a shame. But it was, yeah, I think having Alison be so kind and generous and welcoming just made the job so much easier for me. So, you know, I'm playing a character that was trying to get the best out of her. I wanted Maggie to be the best that she could be, and so I tried to be the best that I could be as an actor to support her in that. And yeah, it was a really lovely 6 months. I won't forget it.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you also have guest starred in shows like This Is Us, Modern Family, and Single Parents. Was there one experience that was a standout for you?
Good question. Yes, there's one I can think of. I had to do a scene in Modern Family where Sarah Hyland's character she's in hospital, and I go to visit her, and then every one of her boyfriends that has been played her boyfriend over the course of the whole 10 seasons, all of us were in one scene together. So as a fan of the show, you know, I'd watched Modern Family from the beginning. Hayley had 5 boyfriends over that time, I think, and all of us were in the same scene together. And that's something I was like, this is cool. This is good fun. And also I was on set on their last day ever. And all these people have been together for 11 years. And a lot of the crew had been there from the beginning as well. And so you can imagine it was a really it was a celebration, but it was very sad as well because they were finishing. And my last scene of the whole thing was on that last day. So it was something I'll never forget. So like being a part of American comedy history, you know, it was very cool. Were you a fan of Modern Family?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. It's a great one, isn't it? I tell you what, if you're ever feeling a little bit down or a little bit, you know, you're not really into the day, there are 2 shows that I will always put on. One is Friends and one is Modern Family, because they just brighten your day, don't they? So I think it's good to have shows like that, you know?
I have a couple shows like that too, and Friends is one of them. So
yeah. And what other ones do you like putting on if you're feeling a bit low?
How I Met Your Mother.
Good. Yeah.
The New Adventures of Old Christine.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That's on HBO Max, and I actually had never. My mom saw it when it was on, but I had never seen it. And Will and Grace is another one, and that is at the beginning of quarantine. We were watching Will and Grace, and then the New Adventures of Old Christine came on. So then we started watching that.
And then before you know it, you're binging your way through all these different series, and it's great. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love
it. So do you have any upcoming projects?
Well, I'm still technically doing This Is Us for a little bit. So there's some very exciting stuff to come there, I must say. And I think I've got to the point in my career where I'm trusting the universe that something will come my way if it's meant to. And I am free and happy and available to work on anything that's kind of, with good people. My main kind of objective when I take on a job is to seek out the nicest cast and the nicest director and just have a good experience, So if an opportunity comes up to travel, I always enjoy that. I've had the opportunity to go to some of the most beautiful places and work. So that's something that I'd be keen to do again. And but for now This Is Us.
Cool. Yeah. So what would your dream kind of role be?
Do you know what? I've always wanted to play the Doctor in Doctor Who. That has been a big dream of mine. I think there's something I could bring to the part. I like that kind of stuff. I'd watch that kind of thing, and I think I'd do a good job. And I'm hereby manifesting with you, Maya, that one day I will be the Doctor. But it's filmed in England, so I'd have to go back there. But to that job, I'd be there.
Oh, cool. So is there a show that you're currently binge watching?
Yes, well, we've been through so many. Do you know, I tried to write down a list of everything that I've watched since lockdown started, and it's so many things. I love it all, and it's all dependent on what kind of mood I'm in. Sometimes I like a dark thriller, those kind of things, and other times we've just finished watching Broad City, which is a really funny comedy. And it's nice because it's only half an hour long. So if you haven't got that long or that kind of concentration span that I don't have, then I quite enjoy, a quick half hour of comedy. One I really enjoyed was Ozark. That was a great drama. I was very much into that last year. And I am, I'm. Do you know what we watched last night? We watched Happy Gilmore. Remember the movie with Adam Sandler where he's playing golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so funny. And I hadn't seen it for like 15 years. And I realised that Julie Bowen is in it, who plays, I've forgotten the character's name now.
Claire.
Claire, that's it, plays Claire Dunphy. And I was like, wow, that's so cool, because I'd seen the movie so many times. And then when you see your old pal playing a role from many years ago, it's really good fun. So yeah, I think we're going through a phase of re-watching movies that we really enjoyed 10 years ago. So
Oh, cool. Yeah. We're currently binge watching a show called Perception.
Okay, is that good?
Yeah, it's really good. It was on for 3 seasons, and all of them are on Amazon Prime right now. So my mom had seen them, had watched it when it was on, but now my sister and I are rewatching it with her.
Excellent. What kind of genre is that?
It's drama. It's about a neuroscientist who helps the FBI solve crimes. Right.
Oh, sounds good. I'm going to have to get that on the list, Maya. I like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, is there a show or movie that you always watch when you're feeling down and you kind of need to pick me up.
Yeah. I think, right, let's imagine that it's, and you have to tell me your one as well, all right?
Okay.
So it's Sunday afternoon, it's raining outside, you're under duvets, and you've got popcorn or your favorite snacks. What are you watching? Right, mine would be Back to the Future 2. I love it. Or I would watch, tell you what's really good. Have you seen Hamilton, the musical?
Yes, yeah.
The live one that they did on Disney, that was epic. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I'd watch something uplifting, like with musical stuff in it, or I'd watch a bit of a time travel movie, like you know, like Back to the Future. Like,
Cool.
what would yours be?
Will and Grace,
Uh-huh.
or I don't know. There's so many shows like Will and Grace or Friends or The New Adventures of Old Christine. I also I love like a lot of the CW shows. So I'm watching Legends of Tomorrow right now because I already rewatched all of The Flash and watched all of Arrow. So so that's also one that I'm watching.
They film a lot of them about 20 minutes from here.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Cool.
there's a studio, especially where they used to film Arrow, which is about 15 minutes from my house. How cool is that?
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, right. And you might just bump into these stars down at the supermarket. It's very strange, but it's cool. Who would you like to bump into if you could? If you just bumped into anyone on the street?
I don't know. Like anybody from the Arrowverse?
Anybody from one of your favorite shows?
Okay. I think maybe Grant Gustin or Emily Beth Rickards or Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell. That's the guy that plays the Arrow, isn't it?
Yes.
That's right. Didn't Justin Hartley play the Arrow at one point?
Yeah, I think he played it in one of the
Smallville.
And I'm not sure.
I think he was in that world, wasn't he, when Smallville was on? But yeah, no, fantastic.
Yeah, so those are all the ones I'm watching right now.
Love it.
So thanks. That's why I have told my mom that I am this is like the one reason I love quarantine, because I always wanted to watch Arrow, but it was so many seasons and episodes. And then once quarantine happened, I was like, I'm not doing anything. So
exactly. It was like the universe saying, guess what? You've got a bit of time to binge your favorite shows now. So get cracking. And it's great, isn't it? I love it. I love it. Thank goodness for TV, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what song do you have on repeat on your playlist right now?
Right. Well, that's it. I'll tell you what it is. And it's because my son is obsessed with this movie and this song. Have you seen Trolls World Tour?
I haven't.
No. Well, they do a song called September, which is an old Earth, Wind and Fire song, but it's sung by Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick. And it's a real kind of, soon as you hear it, right, I'm going to put it on for you, because it just gets you going. And I need to find my liked songs. see?
Yeah.
It's on in the car. So there you. So we have, whether I like it or not, we have that song on repeat at the moment, because as soon my little boy's 8 years old, and as soon as he gets in the car, he goes, "Hi, Dad, song," like this, and then I go, "Yes, let's play the song again." So yeah, that's on repeat at the moment.
Oh, cool. Yeah. My sister and I will sometimes just like drive around our neighborhood, or like drive to Starbucks, and we always have a playlist, so I'm gonna have to add that to our playlist.
Add it on. It's a good feel-good tune.
Yeah. So thank you.
That's all right.
So yeah, right now I have Ben Platt's new song Imagine on repeat. And then
It's called Ben Platt.
yeah, it's called Imagine.
Ben Platt. Imagine.
Yes.
Right. I've added that to my playlist now. There we go. So we're both listening to each other's music.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve. Oh, that's a good one. Do you know, I don't get annoyed easily, but I think it's parking cars. people that can't park their cars properly really annoys me. You know, people that will park like in two spaces, or they'll park too far out and stuff like that. I just think, come on, doesn't take that long. Doesn't take that long to park properly. But I try not to have too many pet peeves. I think if you think hard about it, a lot of things could annoy you in life, and I just try not to let anything annoy me too much. And yeah, if it does, then you know, I try not to take it on too much, because you know, life's too short. You've got to enjoy every moment. You know.
Yeah. So is there a line from a movie, song, or book that has always stuck with you, or inspires you?
There was a song by John Mayer. I don't know whether you've heard him before. And John Mayer is a fantastic singer, guitarist, and he had a song called "Your Body is a Wonderland." And I always remember it because it was around the time my son was born. And the line was, "I will never let your head hit the bed without my hand behind it." And I thought that was really sweet. And I think in the song he's talking about his partner, but you know, I had a young baby at the time, and if he was crying as he was going to sleep, I used to kind of just sing to him, you know, that I'll never let his head hit the bed without my hand behind it. So yeah, that kind of stuck in for me. But I'm big on lyrics and music. My wife's a musician, so she's obviously big on lyrics and music as well. So we're a very musical family.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I think I speak in like just like fluent either song lyrics or TV show quotes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you have a favorite?
There's a lot of Ben Platt, Ben Platt's lyrics that I love, but I think one that has just always stuck with me is there's a song called "So We Did" from a show that was on a couple years ago called The Mayor that I was obsessed with. And the song is "So We Did," and he says, "They told me that I couldn't, so I did."
No.
And that just always stuck with me because that has like personal meaning to me.
Absolutely, I love that. Don't you love it when songs or lyrics or poems or a quote just inspires you in some way? You know, it's and that's why the arts are so good. That's why TV and music is so important to us. So we can find that connection, and you know, it's why I think people love Million Little Things and This Is Us so much, is because you can find something relatable in one or more characters in every episode. So it's kind of sharing the experiences with the general public. So that's why I was very drawn to those shows, actually, because that's how they handled their work.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So if someone were to narrate your life, who would it be and why?
I would probably get, if I could, Sir Ian McKellen. Can you imagine if he did? And now the story of this Geere. You shall not pass. I would love a really deep British voice to do narrate the story of my life, or someone with a really silly voice. I don't know. I wouldn't want them to take it too seriously. Who would you do your?
I don't know. That's hard. Maybe Reese Witherspoon.
Oh yeah, yes. She's great. She's another kind of very, very inspiring person. Everything that she does and that she stands for is super cool.
Yeah.
That's a very good choice. I like that one.
Thank you. Yeah, I've seen all her movies so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, so many of her movies. And her movie, Home Again, is one of my all-time favorites. I've seen it like 1,000 times. So,
yeah.
And I never get sick of it. So.
Oh, I love that. I remember when she did things like, when back in the day when she did Sweet Home Alabama. I remember that. Yeah. You remember when she was doing all the rom-coms and things, and then you see everything that she's done since. It's a phenomenal career, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very. I love watching people's careers when they do cross-genre stuff all the time. So you see them in a comedy, and then they're in a hard-hitting drama, and then, I mean, she produces a lot of stuff as well. So yeah, I tell you what, that's a good one to choose for the narration of your life. I like that.
Thank you. So my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero and why?
Well, I haven't known her very long, but you're a real life superhero. I think everything, I was reading up about you last night, and when my agent got in touch saying that you wanted to interview me, I always look up who I'm talking to and hear their story, and I think you're fantastic. And I think you're about to hit 200 shows, aren't you now?
Yeah.
See, it's a phenomenal achievement, and you know, I feel very lucky in my job that I get to meet people like you who have a wonderful story and a hard story, and yet they still have a smile on their face and they want to do something like this. And so I am very, very grateful to have spoken to you today. And so my answer to that last question is you.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Well, I just want to keep talking to you because you just talking to you has made my day. This is the highlight of my day.
I'll tell you what, you can call me anytime. Set up a Zoom anytime. I'm free as a bird, and I'm always in quite a good mood. So just remember to just look after yourself, look after the people around you, and your mum sounds pretty great.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's
She
the best.
is.
That's very cool. So give her a
Yes,
big
she
hug from me, all right?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Right. Well, it's been lovely to talk to you. And yeah, if you ever want any inspiration on 80s time travel movies, you give me a call. Or if you just want cheering up, I'm right here, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Chris Geere, thank you so much for spending so much time with us here at Children's Hospital Colorado. And just so you know, you are number 198 in
It's a good number.
Maya's interview world. But you said 200 shows. She's had 198 interviews, but that doesn't count all of her shows where she just updates the hospital on things that are going on TV, in the movies, in the music world. So she's well over, I'd say, 600 shows probably, with 200 of them being interviews. So thank you for being number 198.
I'll always remember 198. You're both the thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you both. You've made my day as well.
Take care. Thank you so much.
You.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.